What's up, everybody? This is Mind Fit with yours truly, Shannon Vick. Today we're going to talk about how to exercise and properly do bicep curls. You know, everybody wants nice arms, right? Summer's coming up for some of those who live in the Midwest. You know, as winter season kind of dies down in these next few months, summer's going to be closely approaching upon us. And everybody wants their arms to look good. I think that's a universal thing when it comes to the body, right? Like, I think we can all universally agree, men and women alike, we just want to have nice arms. You know, whether we're wearing a t-shirt, a short sleeve, a cutoff, what have you. You know, there's a wedding coming up. Everybody wants to have nice looking arms. I think that's something we can agree on, right? So it is a common exercise. Now, it's an exercise that I avoid. I'm not a big fan of working biceps. When I do work biceps, I'll show you a certain way that I do it, okay? So many of you, when you are doing biceps, you are doing it like this, okay? And as you can see here, this is done incorrectly, okay? And there's this herky-jerky motion going on. There's this kind of rock in the back a little bit. And it's just a repeated cycle. And we wonder why 3-4 months into doing exercises like these, we're not seeing any progression in those muscle movements that we're working, right? So this is for the bicep. The correct way of doing it, and this is one of my favorite ways to do it, and I'm going to show you guys another video and another video of way of doing biceps. But this one here, the preacher curl, is probably my favorite one because this puts so much stress on the bicep. When you are working biceps, right, especially that muscle group, you know, triceps make up probably about 75% of the arms, and we'll talk about exercises that work the triceps, but for today we're talking about the biceps. When you're working that bicep, you want to make sure you're putting as much stress on that bicep as possible. The best way to do that is by doing a preacher curl. The reason for is, and I can give you a brief demonstration. When you're here and you extend out, this puts a lot more stress, okay, on the bicep as opposed to keeping it by your side and just kind of rocking that way. A lot of individuals, they do it either on the side here, and they're just kind of doing a pulse. They're working for a pump, or they're doing the herky-jerky motion, as I showed you earlier. And that's why they're not seeing any progression in their arms. Now, the best way to work your arms, and this is just my opinion, but those in the bodybuilding world will tell you the same, is to work your legs. When you deadlift, when you squat, especially for men, because your testosterone comes from the lower part of your extremities, your testes, and you're working the legs, you're increasing your testosterone in that same time frame. Okay, so that's very important. If you want big arms, do compound movements. You know, lat pulls, deadlifts, bench, squats, pull-ups, dips. Those are the things that are going to get your arms bigger, especially for men, because you have that testosterone working for you, okay? But if you're just doing a standard bicep curl, the best way to do it is to do it in the video that I showed you earlier, as we highlighted the preacher curl, okay? The preacher curl, again, it puts a lot of stress on that bicep. You want to make sure that when you are going down in your motion, you have a slow eccentric motion going down, and then you're controlling the concentric on the way up. You're getting in that nice squeeze on that bicep for about a second or two, and then you're going back down and you're repeating those exercises, okay? You're repeating that same format, that same form, that same technique for probably 6 to 12 reps, depending on what your fitness goal is, okay? So hopefully this was helpful for you. I do have a short on my YouTube page that you can kind of see, hey, don't do it this way, do it this way. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to that video as well. Subscribe to my channel, actually. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my vibe. Again, sorry about my voice. I've been coaching basketball all weekend, so I did this video just kind of like on the whim, just because, you know, at the gym, seeing people do incorrect, curls my whole life, it's always driven me nuts. It's like, if you're gonna do it right. So remember, think about, quality over quantity. If some of you might have to lessen that weight as well, meaning you're hitting too heavy of a weight, which is why you have to kind of do that herky-jerky motion. Lighten the weight a little bit, something that you get a weight that you can actually control, so that you are getting quality reps as opposed to a number of quantity reps, and you're doing it incorrectly, if that makes sense. So hope this video was helpful for you, and like, subscribe to my vibe, share, comment, and be on the lookout for more from Mind Fit with yours truly, Shannon Vick. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.